What happens when you give an already very messy and problematic movie a $150 million marketing budget and 17 stops on a premiere world tour? The messiest movie rollout of the year for the movie of the year, Wicked. We're gonna get into all of it today. There's so much crazy shit going on. We have recalled Mattel Barbie dolls with links to adult porn sites on them. The stars Ariana and Cynthia crying every 5 seconds concerning fans what's wrong with them in these interviews. Reporters asking the leads very inappropriate and startling questions. A whole slew of D-list celebrities rejected from the premiere doors. And a whole lot of other crazy tea. Before we get into all of it, make sure you subscribe to enroll here at Pop Culture University with your professor Patty to know everything going on in the world of pop culture, because it's not just pop culture, it's our culture, and they're not just celebrities, they're you and me. So make sure to hit subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. It helps me out so much. This media tour has been something out of my dreams. I have always hoped and prayed for times like this when she would be on every red carpet, on every backpack and lunchbox, and do all these interviews and turn out all these looks and look so happy. But with all this content comes a whole lot of mess. It got very messy very, very fast. Before the movie even came out with the $150 marketing budget like Barbie, you know it starts, the merchandising. They slap Wicked on everything, on billboards, on a bus, on anything. And what they did this time is they made a bunch of dolls of Ariana and Cynthia. And as you can see, I have a lot of them. But I noticed on the back of one of these dolls that there's a link to www.wicked.com, which you would think was for this PG movie for children, but that actually drives traffic to a rated R for adults only over 18 plus website, because wicked.com is for a site called Wicked Pictures. Ask your parents' permission before typing that in. So a snafu by Mattel, an employee who's definitely getting fired, which accidentally printed the URL for a porn site on packaging of dolls based on the Universal Pictures Wicked movie, has yielded a bonanza of traffic for Wicked Pictures, an adult entertainment company. And this is the most traffic that this website has had in over a decade. For once, OnlyFans isn't the most popular website. And let's just say the girls on this website are playing with much different toys. These dolls are selling everywhere, like in children's stores like Target, Amazon, Kohl's, Toys R Us. Don't let your husband get a grab of these dolls, because you know what he'll be doing at night. And let's just say Mattel was horrified. This was their biggest mistake since putting Will Ferrell in the Barbie movie. In a statement provided to Variety on Sunday, Mattel said, Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of Mattel's Wicked collection dolls, primarily sold in the US, which intended to direct consumers to the official wickedmovie.com landing page. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. And that they want you to keep the dolls, but they want you to throw out the packaging. Yeah, that's another problem, because a lot of people like to collect these forever. So it sounds like those sex workers on that website are gonna get a check now and forever, so good for them. Another part of this press tour that is a huge fucking mess was the LA premiere, which I actually went to. Hold for the applause, thank you, stop. I went to the premiere. I was so fortunate to get invited by Threads, but there did seem to be some mischief happening at this premiere. When I tell you anyone could have walked on the red carpet, literally anyone. There were so many people who I feel like just showed up in a pink and green outfit uninvited because they knew, maybe they were lurking, they saw how they were rolling out the carpet. Anyone could have walked on. There was no security at the entrance. When I tell you people who weren't supposed to be there were there, I promise you. So I think some D-list celebrities or any clout demons on Instagram lurking around who wanted their moment, Paige Neiman, Zach Sang, tried to show up knowing that they would not maybe be welcome to the premiere itself, but snagged a few photos on the red carpet. Honestly, Jennifer Lopez probably did that too, because she just wants a photo anywhere. But it came out that Paige Neiman and Zach Sang were actually denied entrance to the Wicked premiere, which I think is beautiful karma. I'm very pissed off at both of them, and I love that Ariana's taking a stand against even people who used to be her friends and not allowing them on the red carpet. Paige Neiman, I think for very obvious reasons, is not allowed on this carpet. I mean, Paige has literally based her whole life on stalking Ariana, trying to be her, and then making an OnlyFans page dressing like Ariana to try to get guys who would love to see Ariana naked to subscribe to her page. And you think you're gonna be let in the Wicked premiere? I feel like I saw like the back of her head there, hopefully being kicked out, but I'm so happy Paige was not allowed in. Zach saying too, this whole time we thought he was the good guy on our side. He was actually spilling all of Ariana's secrets to his friends, and Tana Mojo exposed him, getting him denied access to the carpet. And he probably thought he was gonna bring his microphone, bring his camera, and get a cute little interview with her there. Absolutely not. Someone who was probably surprised to be denied access at first was Frankie Grande. This was the rumor going around the party that I was at. I don't even know if this is true, but people there were saying how Frankie had a little bit of a snafu at the entrance of the red carpet because he couldn't get in. Like, whoever the security was wasn't an Arianator. They didn't know the lore. They couldn't name all her family members and all her dogs off the top of their head like I could. So they didn't know that Frankie was her brother. They probably thought he was just another gay there from TikTok like I am. So apparently he had an issue getting in at first. And I don't know, Frankie intimidates me. When I saw him there, I was too nervous to even say hi to him because he just seems like that alpha gay vibe. I don't know. So whatever happened there, the security probably had a word from him or from Joan. And you don't mess with Joan Grande. So he got right on the carpet after that and everything worked out. Frankie kind of sparked quite the conversation on Twitter afterwards, as he always has for over a decade. But it seems like whenever Ariana's having a big moment and he's simply just there supporting her, he just always gets hate just for existing and being himself. And I can admit he has a very loud existence. He shines bright like a Frankie. He doesn't hold himself back, but that's what I love about him. I mean, for crying out loud, he's doing like Rocky Horror on Broadway or something. He's just an extra individual. But then there was this super viral tweet of someone hating on Frankie saying, you know, some homophobic shit about him. But it seems like people were for once defending him on Twitter. So one tweet said, okay, I'll bite. Has Frankie Grande ever done something to warrant the way people talk about him? Or is it just because he's unapologetically gay and obnoxiously effeminate? I mean, I think people are just jealous of him. They're jealous of how boldly he's been living for a very long time and how fun and picture perfect his LGBTQ life is. So that's what I think. I've always supported him pretty loudly. Like, I never say anything bad about him. Here are some responses to that tweet. People are gonna bring up something obscure he did like 10 years ago, knowing damn well whatever reason they bring up isn't why people constantly hate on him. People also seem to keep bringing up how he performed on Big Brother and how he was conniving and would stab people in the back, being like, well, he was a bad person on Big Brother, so I still hate him. It's Big Brother. It's Big fucking Brother. He said it on the show. That's how you play.
You lie to everyone, dude. You go behind all of our backs. Oh my God, it's Big Brother. This is Big Brother.
Don't watch if that's not what you like. Just like, don't go to wicked.com if that's not what you like. Like, don't. That's what you came there for. It's definitely because he's unapologetically gay. His fashion choices are heinous, but I think that's kind of camp. It's like his thing now. I liked his shirt. I don't know, his blouse. Whatever. You guys need to get used to Frankie. He's gonna be around for a while. He has those Nona jeans, and Nona is 99. So the next part of this press tour that had people a little bit unnerved, and I think annoyed, just like generally so fucking over it, is seeing Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo cry and hold hands as if they're like two old people on the Titanic who are a couple dying together. I have not seen such waterworks since my trip to the Niagara Falls. I do think they have this project that they've worked on for so many years, and we should all strive to one day have a project or passion that we're so passionate about that we cry when it comes true. But aren't they emotionally exhausted after crying in every one of their 500 interviews? Like, my eye sockets feel like tired after I cry once. So I don't get how Ariana has a song called No Tears Left to Cry. The interviewers will just ask them very emotional questions though. They'll be like, how has this character healed your inner child? Or like, how is this movie about two people who have been oppressed their whole lives coming together and changing each other's lives? How's that affected you? They'll just ask the most emotional things, or questions about Ariana's dad getting his last name back in her name for the credits. Anyway, people on Twitter were getting so annoyed. They were tweeting things like, this movie better change my life with how much they're crying. Or, what did they go through on set? It's a theater kid thing. Whenever a show is over, everyone always cries and no one knows why. Well, some people were defending them, saying she's quite literally living out her lifelong dream with someone she adores. She said this has literally healed her. People were saying crazy things like, please take your mood stabilizers, besties. I mean, they are building it up to grand proportions with how emotional this is. I've actually seen the movie already. It was very emotional. It did make me feel like I could tear up a couple times. But I do feel like Ariana is just a Cancer who will cry at the drop of a hat. We're also talking about the lady who cried every time one of her contestants on The Voice would even be up for elimination. I was shocked watching her on The Voice. I was like, we need to get a medic on the side of her fucking spinny chair at all times. Someone take her pulse. Is she okay? It seemed like truly she needed to be like laid down and given an oxygen mask because she would cry so hard if any of her contestants were in the bottom two. Anyway, here's them kind of apologizing for crying too much.
It's really emotional.
We can't help it. We're trying our best. But there's a lot of emotional things that happen, and we're just going with it.
Yeah, you need to understand. It's been like 3 years, people.
So sorry, guys.
It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
They're trying to make it seem like their performance is award worthy. The next part of this press tour that has been making me laugh is even though I can tell every reporter is briefed so hard on what they are and are not allowed to say to Ariana and Cynthia, I mean so hard, even to Ethan. No one's allowed to crack any joke. No one's allowed to talk about any of the drama that led up to this movie. There's still reporters just misbehaving and acting so wild. Like this one reporter, like Ariana was trying to sign autographs and say hi to her fans, and an E-News host, who I actually love this E-News host, she is terrific. She like interrupted Ariana interacting with her fans just to kind of like have her moment and show her a picture of her kids. And she was allowed to do that because she's kind of just a fan like everyone else in that moment, but she has the microphone, she has the stand. And right after Ariana was interrupted by her, one of Ariana's like publicist or just someone on her team who walks her down the carpet went up to the reporter and was like, let's not ever do that again.
Harry, will you rate my toss? Oh my God. Wait, she's gonna do it. Oh my God. Okay, can you rate it? Yeah. Okay, can I ready? It's working. Go ahead, show me. That's very good. Now put a little more on. I'll take it back. Go farther back. Yeah, very nice. Okay, I think I broke my leg. I'll show you like really like that. That's the dress. Oh my God, she's the cutest thing in the world. And it's stunning. Thank you so much. It was a very good toss. 10-10. Thank you. 10-10. You're amazing. We love you. I love you. Okay, sorry. We got a 10 out of 10. Can we not do that again?
So that was insane. Cynthia is always on such a guard for Ariana. I think they have such a nice balance of a relationship. Like if one reporter asks Cynthia something weird, Ariana will chime in, if vice versa. So one reporter kind of like pointedly asked her, both of them, but to Ariana, like, what's the biggest misconception about you guys? Which is not on the list. He was supposed to ask about fashion. And Cynthia snapped at him.
Look amazing. What is a common misconception about y'all?
I don't know what the common misconception is at all, but that's not a fashion question, is it?
There's this one super viral clip making the rounds on every social media app right now of this like innocent poor reporter just telling Ariana that not only has he made friends through his love for Wicked and the movie, but through her fandom, being an Arianator. He was like, I made 95% of my friends from being your fan. And I think Ariana's reaction was genuine. I don't think she thought he was creepy or too intense for being like an older man or just crazy for saying that. As someone who's also made a lot of my friends from being an Arianator. But people are just trolling him based on her reaction.
Personally, 95% of my friends met each other, found each other. I'm in a relationship because of it, through your fandom.
First of all, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. I have met some of my dearest friends through being fans.
So one beautiful part of this very messy PR tour is how Ariana and Cynthia, they truly have some sort of kismet vibe going on. They are meant to be, they have a kinship with each other, and I love them. I really think they'll be friends for life. And because they knew each other, they're changed for good. And something about them that just proves how bonded they are is that we've all seen these press tour looks. The looks are so exciting, so fucking delicious, so Met Gala, so museum archival quality. And this whole time we thought they were coordinating outfits. And I think people thought they were coordinating because when they went to the Super Bowl and they were purposely coordinating, but they said they have not coordinated one of their press tour outfits. Not one. And they just happen to perfectly be in sync and perfectly match, perfectly contrast with each other every single time. They were matching more than Fifth Harmony, and Fifth Harmony was styled by someone to match like that. Down to the details. Like at the Australian premiere, they both wore chokers with diamond like medallions on them. They did not plan that. And they both wore butterfly rings. And even to like their press interviews, they'll both wear the same designer on accident. They went to one both wearing very poofy shoulder pads in the respective color of their characters. They showed up to another press junket both wearing Tom Ford mini skirts and corsets, and they didn't plan that shit. Why do I feel like Ethan Slater's the third wheel to them? When they told the world they haven't been coordinating, I didn't believe them. And I feel like they both pulled out their best look for Mexico. And Mexico deserved it. That premiere looked like a fucking so good. Ariana pulled out her best, Cynthia pulled out her best, and they slayed the runway. Cynthia and Ariana for life. I propose they get married and just say bye to men forever. The last part of this press tour that I really want to talk about is the fact that I knew this would happen. I have been on Team Ariana the whole entire time. I've been on Team her and Ethan the whole entire time, defending them for years. If you listen to my podcast, watch my TikToks, everyone is having an Ethan Slater switch up. Everyone likes SpongeBob now. Everyone has switched up on him. And I fucking knew this would happen. Y'all just had to get to know him. You had to let him cook. Because for the last 2 years or year and a half, well, these terrible rumors have been going around that Ariana pulled him away from his wife and kid, and he pulled her away from her ex-husband, Dalton. You guys just did not know him. So Ethan Slater is getting his redemption arc on this moment, and I think it has to do with a few things. On this press tour, he's being so sweet and he's interacting with her fans really well. He knows how to do it in such a respectful way where he's being sweet to the Arianators. He's not, denying that they're together. He's not trying to hide it. He will just kind of give a little nod and a wink to Ari, while still dodging the question if a reporter asked him about her, but he'll just do it in the most respectful, nice, and loving way. And he'll like accept gifts from the Arianators to give to Ari, and we've never seen one of Ariana's boyfriends do that before. Pete Davidson was, I feel like, the worst at interacting with them. I feel like even Dalton was not a fan of her fame, but I think Ethan respects it on a deeper level. He respects who she is. They come from the same theater background. He's obviously in the same movie, so they get what's going on with each other, and he just takes it in stride, and I am happy for his redemption arc. He seems sweet. He seems nice. I don't think he would do what people have been accusing him of.
For you to give this to Ari for me?
I think she'll be coming if you want, but I can do that.
Yeah?
Do you want me to?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Pretty please.
Yeah, of course.
I would really appreciate that.
Sure.
And what makes me most happy is seeing them not hide anymore. They don't kiss. Hold each other's hands. They sit by each other at the premiere. People, but that's just, unprofessional anyway. But I'm happy for them that they don't have to wait for our love anymore. As her song says, we love her again and we love them again. So, this press tour has been messy, but it's worked out for the best. And it will go down in internet history, I say. Hip, hip, hooray, hip, hip, hooray, wicked, 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 wicked. So go see it. It comes out, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but in a few days. I'll post it before it comes out. So go see Wicked at a theater near you. And if you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and become a student here at Pop Culture University, because you want to. Subscribe. Did it say subscribe? Like the video and subscribe. Okay, bye guys. Tell me what you thought the messiest moment from the press tour was. Tell me what your favorite look was, and just spill all the tea down below. I'll be responding to everyone. So love you guys. Bye.